Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 173. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon Hodge here, and welcome back to another episode of WWE News and Rumors here in the forest, in the woods. So I'm going back home June 1st, which then I'm moving, but I'll be back in the actual old studio that you guys are used to June 1st. I don't know if I'm making a video June 1st. I'm driving back down June 1st from New York, but I am moving to New York. I have a new studio and stuff. So I'm sorry about the background once again, but ladies and gentlemen, enough of me running my mouth. Let's go and get started with this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Okay, the first news story. So the first news story necessarily doesn't necessarily have to do with WWE, but it has to do with CM Punk, and he was in the WWE, so I guess we'll count it. So basically, the wrestlers from the Bullet Club are doing a show called All In, as many of you know. It's like an indie show that they sold out this big arena or something, because I think ROH or something wouldn't have like a big, huge arena, and they're like, yeah, we could totally sell out a big arena. Let us show you. So they're doing like this show called All In. And basically they did a press conference for it, and CM Punk was apparently backstage for it. I have seen rumors that CM Punk is actually going to make some kind of appearance at All In, and maybe some type of wrestling return at All In. I don't know if he's wrestling, but maybe he could like talk or something, or maybe be front row watching or something. Just something to do with it. Something to do with CM Punk and wrestling again. I think that would be very cool, but that's just rumors. I mean, we really have to wait and see what's going to happen, but you never know. CM Punk could show up at All In and do something. We'll just have to wait and see. But it was backstage at the press conference, and that's what this news story is. Okay, the next news story. If a lot of you haven't heard yet, SmackDown Live is going to Fox. Fox in, I believe it was October of 2019, so October of next year. So we're still going to be on USA Network, still going to be Tuesday night, SmackDown Live for a little while. But when it moves to Fox here next year, in October of next year, it's going to be Friday Night SmackDown again. Apparently they're still wanting to do it live, like before when it was Friday Night SmackDown, as many of you know, or as probably all of you should know, it wasn't live, it was pre-filmed. They edited the hell out of it so they could like edit the crowd, they could edit the botches out and stuff, even though sometimes they didn't just because Vince thought it was funny or something. But when it was on Fridays on USA Network, or it wasn't USA Network, I guess it was Sci-Fi or whatever, or I guess it was Spike before them, but it was pre-filmed there for a while. I believe when it was on Thursdays too, it was pre-filmed before 2005. Like it was on Fridays from 2005 to 2015, I think. Yeah, it was on Fridays. And it used to be on Thursdays or whatever, and they used to pre-film it and stuff. Apparently when it moves on Fridays to Fox, it is going to be live, so instead of like all the time, correct me if I'm wrong, like I don't know, because I didn't go to SmackDowns back then, but I believe SmackDown has always been filmed on a Tuesday. I think I feel like I read somewhere it was filmed on a Wednesday sometimes, but I think most of the time it was filmed on a Tuesday. But apparently they're going to switch that around. Like you had Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Tuesdays. Doesn't matter what day it airs. SmackDown's always on Tuesday. So they're going to have to do this where it's like Monday there's going to be a show in a city, and then SmackDown is going to be on a Friday. And I mean, this opens the door for possibilities, so they don't have to be like in the same vicinity. Like usually the Raw's here, SmackDown's over here. It's usually only an hour or two apart. But they have the possibility of doing like a Raw in California and maybe like a SmackDown in New York or something. I mean, they have like almost a whole week separating those two shows, so a lot of possibilities. But apparently the actual reason they weren't wanting to move it to Friday, Fox wanted to move it to Friday instead of keeping it on Tuesday. They felt like Tuesday, what the hell, no one's watching TV on Tuesday. When are people watching TV? People are watching TV on Friday night. And Saturday night, of course, as well. But Saturday night we have sports. So, okay, if we sign you to a contract, can you move SmackDown to Friday nights? And that's what WWE agreed to. Apparently there's a cooking show Fox does on Friday nights, and it gets an average of 3 million viewers. So they're like, SmackDown's going to do really well. Like, this stupid cooking show gets 3 million viewers on Friday night. We're going to move you to Friday night and see how you do. Tuesday nights we don't get crap, so we're not going to put you on Tuesday nights, so you got to move your whole schedule. So that's why SmackDown Live is moving to Fridays starting next year. Speaking of schedules, show schedules or whatever, I don't know if you guys heard, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard at this point because some of this stuff is really old. Like, I only do news once a week right now. I believe starting next week, I'm going to try to do it 2 to 3 times a week or something on news. Just so I'm more up to date on stuff, and stuff isn't like, yeah, this is all the news from this past week that you've already heard. It's actually like breaking stuff. Like, there is some new stuff in this episode, but some of the stuff is from earlier this week. If you haven't heard, all the pay-per-views are moving to 4 hours now. They're no longer going to be 3 hours. I mean, I guess they were kind of 4 hours if you count the pre-show, but it's going to be like 5 hours counting the pre-show now. Instead of pay-per-view starting at 8 my time, they start at 7 my time now. And the pre-show starts at 6. If you're, just change your time zone. I'm in Eastern time, just change your time zone if you really care that much. But yeah, the pay-per-views are moving and stuff like that. So I guess that's a good thing. I mean, since it's both brands now, you have an opportunity to show both brands, a little bit of both brands, instead of just showing a little bit of each. You can show like a good amount of each, so that's cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all the news stories I'm going to talk about, and now we're going to move on to the rumors. Okay, the first rumor. The first rumor, it has to do with Ronda Rousey. So Ronda Rousey, she wrestled on the European tour. She had tag team matches during the European tour when they were in Europe touring on house shows and stuff. She actually wrestled house shows and stuff. By the way, Ronda Rousey, I don't know why this wasn't included in this episode. It's just off the top of my head. Back to the news stories. Ronda Rousey is wrestling basically all the house shows now and some Raws and stuff. So I saw like Richmond, Texas, California and stuff. She's gonna be wrestling house shows there. So if you're going to those house shows, probably the house shows for the next week or so. If you're going to a Raw house show, more than likely Ronda Rousey's wrestling there. But back to the rumor, the European tour. Ronda Rousey, she did a bunch of tag matches on live events, house shows during the European tour. Apparently all of those were supposed to be singles matches, but WWE didn't feel like Ronda Rousey was ready to do like a bunch of singles matches. She was supposed to have singles matches, I believe, against Mickie James the whole tour. But they said, no, Ronda, we don't think you're ready. We're going to put you some tag matches so you can learn a little bit more. So Ronda Rousey was in tag matches because WWE didn't think she was completely ready for a bunch of singles matches yet. Okay, the next rumor is about Rusev. So Rusev Day is over. Don't get mad at me for saying that. Rusev Day, this is the rumor. I'm just regurgitating the rumors. So Rusev Day is apparently over. He's supposed to be turning on Aiden English and going back to his whole ruthless character. And apparently Lana is supposed to be his manager again. I don't know if that's the end of Lana's wrestling career, if she's going to keep wrestling and just be a manager as well. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But apparently the whole Rusev Day thing's over. He's done with like the silly Rusev Day thing. I'm not calling it silly. I'm just saying it's a more playful character than the Rusev or whatever. But he's going back to that ruthless character where he was like undefeated or whatever when he was with Lana or whatever. They're going to go back. I mean, of course, he can go back to being undefeated, but the character during that time is what they're rumored to be going back to. So we'll just have to wait and see if that happens. You never know with wrestling. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, the next rumor, it's about SmackDown moving to Fox again. Apparently no one at WWE, like in charge of WWE, or, well, I don't want to say in charge, I mean, of course Vince is the overall, but I'm talking like above the wrestlers who tell the wrestlers information have told the wrestlers nothing about WWE SmackDown moving to Fox and SmackDown moving back to Fridays and stuff. They have not told the wrestlers anything, any plans, anything about it yet. I don't know how long they're waiting. I mean, I get until it's not until like the end of next year, but still, it'd be nice to have some freaking information if you're like a wrestler wondering, hey, what the hell's going on? Are we still doing this live or whatever, or are we pre-filming it? It'd just be nice to know. Okay, the next rumor. This is borderline being a news story. I mean, we know Big Cass is injured in some way. We just don't know what. Apparently he's getting a ACL. They're checking to see if he needs ACL surgery again. If he does, he's going to be out like another 6 months or something. So bad luck with Big Cass. He just got cleared, came back, and now he's injured again for the same reason, his knee. We'll just have to wait and see. I wish him the best and everything. It just kind of sucks. Like, he was kind of getting a push, and they were talking about pushing him and stuff, and then he just got injured, and they're like, oh, well, better luck next time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing we'll be talking about in this video. I'm about to run in circles talking about this. I'm just going to warn you, because this really pisses me off. What pisses off Brandon Hodge? Okay, here we go. WrestleMania 34 was the longest freaking crap I've ever had to sit through. WrestleMania 34 just felt so long. I was sitting there falling asleep, and I'm like, is this show ever gonna end? Okay, so this is the last match, right? No, we have 6 more. 6 more really? Okay, so WrestleMania 35, this is the rumor. WrestleMania 35 is supposed to be even longer. Get this, WrestleMania 35 will be the longest WWE event in WWE history. Yeah, that's crazy. The pay-per-view is rumored to be longer than 8 hours. Somewhere over 8 hours. Apparently WWE, they always wanted to end WrestleMania before midnight before, but now that they have the network, they're kind of like, I mean, we make the rules here. We're not relying on the pay-per-view people or whatever. So we go past midnight. No idea how far past midnight. Do they mean 12:30? Do they mean 1:30? Do they mean 2 a.m.? I don't know. The show's supposed to be starting at like 4 or something. The pre-show starts at like 4 or something, and it's gonna go until like 1 a.m. It's just gonna be crazy. I am going to WrestleMania 34. I'm gonna be sitting out there. Hopefully it's not too warm or anything, because Orlando killed me, and like WrestleMania 33 wasn't that long. But I mean, it is up north in April, so it should be a little in April, so it should be cool. It shouldn't be like too miserable, but still, you got to sit out there. Hopefully it's not too cold either. You got to sit out there for freaking 8 hours or more, over 8 hours, if you're going to WrestleMania 35. It's just gonna be an experience. Hopefully they make it worth it. Hopefully they do some good stuff and some very entertaining stuff. It's just like WrestleMania 34, like, I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, it was like an amazing show, but I was just sitting there like, oh, I don't care about this match. I only care about 2 matches on this whole show. Like, really, I gotta sit through all this crap, and then now it's gonna be even longer next year. So have fun, guys, watching that, and especially if you're going, have fun sitting there the whole time. Hopefully food isn't too expensive. That's another thing. If I gotta sit here for 8.5 hours, can you not make a hot dog $10, please? Or like, come on, give me something. Why is a bag of chips freaking $9? A bottle of water $6? Come on. Give me some good prices for food if I have to sit here for this long. At least give me some food or something. But I'm rambling at this point. I guess I might as well end this video. That's all the news, stories, and rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of WWE News and Rumors. I'm gonna try to be doing these 2 to 3 times a week now, so everything's more up to date. And I'm not just doing news. I'm doing all kinds of different content, variety of content here on the channel. I got my news, my vlogs, my unboxings, which I need to start doing again. Prediction videos. We're doing some new series. I'm doing a live special every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. There's gonna be a live stream on the channel, so definitely come and watch that and check it out and come hassle me and stuff. But that's it. I'm gonna shut my mouth. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, and if you're on the channel, make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.